Welcome, everybody, to Panfish Nation. Along with Mark, I'm Lyle, and Mark, it's a sad day when I forget to make a thumbnail for Panfish Nation.
That's okay. I could have helped you with that. I didn't. So it is what it
I
is.
had so much going on the last few days, and we was tied up today. Man, when you get a deal on a smoker, a deal's only a deal if it's a deal. So if you get a deal, you got to take time out to make it happen. And that's what we've done today.
You know, it don't matter. I like coming in here pre-show. We always have a good conversation. Today, why we were laughing is because we were talking about Van, but we're not going to say that.
We was talking about Van and Dockery.
Yeah. And Dockery and Chad, of course.
Yeah. But Van mostly.
Yeah, pretty much.
Pickle fingers.
I guess you did see that comment, didn't you, Lyle?
I did. Yeah, that was funny. I get a load out of that. But it's good to see and Van both in chat tonight. So we'll have a lot of fun with that. What do you say we go ahead and announce some of the people that are in chat?
Absolutely. Let me get the list up here. All right. I see Annette Morgan's out there. Miss Chrissy Brown. You know, she's a channel member. Thank you, Chrissy, for your support. We appreciate you.
First in here tonight talking about bacon or shrimp.
Oh, they're both good.
I took shrimp.
Oh, I like bacon wrapped shrimp. Yeah,
I'm thinking bacon wrapped shrimp probably be the ultimate food.
I think it'd be pretty damn close to Nirvana as far as I'm concerned. That'd be pretty good. You know, throw that on a tortilla with some hot sauce, and I'll be a happy man. A little bit of
heck yeah.
Now we're getting carried away. But you got that smoker. You can make yourself some pulled pork tacos, some brisket. Well, you're not a big fan of brisket, we know that, but that pulled pork, man.
Okay. Yeah, pulled pork's good, and my old smoker still works, but it's 25 years old.
Yeah, they get rusty. Look at this. He has an emoji for
us. I can imagine what he's talking about.
Pulled pork's a pretty easy cook. Even Van can pull that off. Okay, anyways. All right, let's get back to saying hello to all the good people. We'll start over again. What's going on, Annette? How you doing, dear? Miss Christy Brown, again, she's a channel member. If you're interested in supporting the channel, you can click down below on the little icon. I forget what it looks like. It might even be a $sign or something. One of your options will become a channel member. It helps. It'll help Lyle keep the lights on here at Panfish Nation. It helps them to pay the StreamYard bills and all of that good stuff. So it's always appreciated. There's Dave from Double Hook Angling. What's going on, Dave? He was live today. He got on some he said he got on some crappie, pulled up a stringer, showed me some crappie, but then he was paddling, Lyle. Why was he leaving those crappie? I don't know. I asked him that. I don't think he knew it.
But you know what? If you're catching them, it's hard to leave biting fish.
It is. Don't leave fish to find fish. Rule 1 of Fishing Club. Chucky Morgan in the house. What's up, Chucky? How you doing? There's Betty. I was worried Betty wasn't going to show up. There's my sister Betty. How you doing, dear? We have Downtown Ernie Brown. What's up, Ernie? There's Chad from Fields to Water. They're having a good show and a fun time getting ready for that couples tournament. You know, I got in an argument with the miss yet again today at dinner over some euros about that, but we're not going to talk about that in public.
Okay.
Fishing with Squirrel in the house. What's up, Squirrel? How you doing? Dawson. There's D, channel member. What's up, sis? How you doing, D? Joe Buck 66, another channel member. Thank you, Joe. How you doing? Maurice Kaysen, how you doing, my friend? We'll talk about Maurice here in a second. Mrs. Whisker Dreams. What's going on, Tammy? How are you? There's the great Melissa from Hoglegs channel, the better half of Hoglegs channel, I should say. P&B Catfishing, a.k.a. Paul Boyd. What's up, Paul? I see Parker Pursuits in the house. What's up, Parker? There's Troy from Real and Virtual Outdoors. He's a channel supporter, too. He's a member. Thank you very much, Troy. Robin C. in the house. How are you? There's Super Mod, Super Dave Extraordinaire from SK's show. What's going on, Super Dave? There's my buddy, the calf fry eating madman, Kenny Powell from Takedown Catfishing. What's up, Kenneth? How you doing? Telly, congratulations on your new PB. That's a heck of a fish.
Absolutely.
Awesome fish. Congrats.
Well done.
There's Uncle.
Her husband called me to let me know that she caught that on a piece of chicken. Yeah.
Okay. Good for them. Congrats. We're just giving you a hard time, Chris. Uncle Deep in the house.
I'm
There's
just happy for it.
There's channel supporter Van. How you doing? V3 Customs Kentucky. Valerie Irwin in the house. How you doing, dear? Want to be outdoors channel member. What's going on, man? Whisker Dreams in the house. How are you? We go through this Big Wrench Catfishing in the house. Big Slim 91. There's my buddy Aaron over at Catfish Regulators. Let's see who else. There's Eric B. How you doing, Eric? I got dogs barking in the background. Gene Tillman in the house. What's up, Gene? Lance McCoo. Lance, I need to let me know later on if you got on some kings yet or not. They're out of control. LG Bass in the house. Mr. Kitty Whiskers, how you doing? Parker, I said hello to him. I think, did I miss anybody, Lyle?
I don't think so. If you got Eric B, you did. Valerie Irwin.
And this one's for D because she may be watching on the big screen. I just put that in the chat as well. Hello, D. How you doing?
That'd be great. Yeah. But I think you pretty much Robin C. I want to say hello to Van tonight because I always make fun of him. And hello, Van.
He makes fun of you first, usually. I witness him.
I know. He's like that, though. I try to be a better person. That's what Cindy always tells me. She says, you have to be the better person. Well, no, you don't always.
Yeah, you don't. That's what fun is that. Mr. Mike in the house, channel member. What's going on, Mr. Mike? How you doing, bud?
We appreciate everybody being here. If you don't mind and you like what we do, please hit the thumbs up. If you're not subscribed, please do that. We appreciate it so much. Kim Burnett, welcome to the chat. And if you're interested to hit the join button down there, we'd love to have you as a channel member. It'd be awesome. No subject tonight, Mark. We're just doing a potluck. So we'll just see what it brings on. We've already been discussing before the show about food because I went and got that smoker, and I think it's time to hit the grocery store to get some stuff so we can try it out. I mean, there's no sense having it if you don't use it, right?
Get a pork butt, man. You can't go wrong with barbecue.
Yeah, and they're great. They're awesome to eat. But I was thinking maybe a big old steak, but either way.
There you go. A reverse sear is the way to go with a steak, as far as I'm concerned.
Maybe some shrimp to go with it.
Oh.
You know, it's hard to get. You just got to get to the store and find out what they got that's any good.
Pretty
Who's
much.
bringing a potato salad? That'd be Cindy. She's got a patent on that. Just ask Betty Jean.
Betty Jean makes some pretty good potato salad too.
Does she?
Mm-hmm.
Crappie are spooling up. I'm like a fat kid with cake. That's funny right there.
I'm actually a fat kid with no cake. I could use some cake, Lyle.
I could use some. Oh, it's like cake. It's kind of like pie. You know, there's only two kinds of pie, Mark. Hot and cold.
Yeah, this is true. I thought you were gonna say with whipped cream and without. That's the way I think.
Well, that'll work too. That'll work too.
Mm.
But I know I seen Kim Burnett was building jigs last night. Stopped in there with him for a little while every Wednesday night. I believe it's 7. If you guys are looking for some great entertainment and want to see a true professional, he's on Facebook. You can stop in and watch Kim build jigs. He does a bang-up job and very entertaining, and he talks to people in chat while he's doing it, and it makes for some fun stuff to watch.
Freddie's Outdoor Adventures with the $5 super chat. Freddie, thank you very much. And you're going to have to pay for us to read a comment like that. Congratulations on the PB again, Telly and Freddie, but on chicken again.
On a gizzard.
Yeah. You like chicken gizzards, Lyle?
No, I don't eat them. They're too tough. I never could eat them. The livers, I like chicken livers if they're cooked right. Sure do. Cindy don't like them, but I do.
I approve of that.
Man. I just don't use them for bait. I don't. Well, I just don't use them. But that's okay.
Cake is good, but crappie is way better. What's wrong with having cake after you're done eating crappie, Betty?
That's what I'm thinking. Yeah, right there. Just mix it up and it'll be perfect.
Before we get Yeah, before we get carried away, Lyle, and start getting super silly, I want to make sure that we all kind of say a prayer for our buddies in chat here. Maurice Case and his illness has come back. I'm not at liberty to say exactly what's going on, but he's looking at some hard stuff in front of him. So keep Maurice in your prayers. We want to keep positive thoughts. Send them all the spoken prayers you got. I've said this on my show a couple of times when I say that smoke carries your prayers to heaven. So let's give up for Maurice. Let's see what the power of positive thought can do.
Absolutely. Maurice is a great supporter of many, many channels, and I consider him a really good friend of mine. So please don't forget to include him in your prayers when you turn him in, because everybody needs a little help now and then. And if you're talking to the big man, you might as well put Maurice in there with him.
Absolutely, 100%.
Chicken livers wrapped in bacon are awesome. And I'm thinking that sounds pretty damn good. Sonny Parker says chicken livers and beer are a perfect snack. I'm good with that too.
And I'm not a big fan of chicken livers.
Well, I kind of like them. So one of the things that I've noticed, and maybe it's just in our area, but you can't go to Kentucky Fried or to any of the chicken places here and buy chicken livers cooked anymore.
Yeah, they used to have lizards. I mean, lizard. They used to have chicken liver and gizzards at both places. I think churches still might here, but they're hard to find.
Yeah, I don't see them. I haven't been able to get them here for a long time, because if we went to a chicken place, I'm really not a big fan of chicken to start with, but I do like liver. So I would always get them in the biggest container they would sell them to you in. But nobody handles them anymore. So
yeah, Maurice. I mean, Kim, I'm with you, bud.
I'm thinking Kim don't like them either. Chicken lizards. What's Uncle G
So saying? Have you ever used chicken liver for bait, Lyle? How long has it been?
When I was a kid. When I was a kid, we was fishing pond, catching a little channel cat about that long. And that's the only thing I really ever did catch on it. But it worked in that pond, and we was probably 10, 12 years old and having a blast. And so that was good. Grind the chicken livers and mince up the bacon, then add a little mayo and garlic powder. Instant pate. Okay. I'll try it.
Let me know what you think, Lyle. I'm going to take a pass on that one.
Okay. How about try anything?
I'll have the shrimp cocktail.
Oh, yeah. I'd take one of them too.
Split Shot Bait says, I use them in the Rock River. Great bait.
There you go.
Is that the same Rock River that I know, Split Shot? Yeah, you're from South. Well, you're in Illinois, correct? Yeah. And there's Big Bill's cat. Right. Big Bill's in the house. How you doing, Big Bill? Steve
Parker made a remark a minute ago, but it got away from me. Chicken only good for bait. I just guess Sonny feels about chicken like I do. Not a fan. Look and see if you have a Chester's close to you. Liver and gizzards. Gizzards are like chicken jerky. Yeah, that's why. That's correct. But yeah, I don't know that we have a Chester's around, but I'll try to look it up later if I don't forget. So, hey, Ricky, glad you made it in. But Keith, DOC Reed, I hate chicken. I can relate.
I love me some Yardbird.
So James Dockery.
Mm-hmm.
He loves them so well. He goes out on his deck, catches Katie's chickens, and sits
kids chill. Family-friendly show.
Pets them like a little puppy. Pets them like a little puppy.
Look at this, Sonny. Chicken livers.
Sonny, we hope you're feeling better too, buddy. I know you have some problems with your hand and stuff.
So, Lyle, I guess we need to talk a little about fishing, and then we can go off the rails lately. We usually don't start the show and go off the rails right off the bat. We usually at least try.
I know a guy that's catching the crap out of crappie right now.
I know. Let's hear it.
because he messages me every day with these pictures and cute little recordings to tell me all about it.
I think I might have seen those.
But he's really on fire. I guess crappie right now is probably this week, next week, and maybe a week before, and maybe another week or two after is probably the prime time of fall.
I got to get out, plain and simple.
Yeah.
I got a bunch of stuff that was going on. We had a vehicle that was down, so I'm having to drive the wife to and from work. So I wasn't able to get out and fish and stuff. We just picked up the vehicle prior to the show. That's why I was a little late to Chad's show today. So we'll see what happens tomorrow. We got Mom's birthday tomorrow. We got guests coming over on Saturday. So hopefully on Sunday I'll be able to get out. We'll go chase some crappie or some perch or some walleye, or try to chase some walleye again.
Yeah.
No, we'll see what
Sonny
we can do.
says he's in the hospital of influenza. And I should have remembered that because I seen a message from him the other day or a post that he had made. But, dude, you are an accident looking for a place to happen. Keep Sonny in your thoughts and prayers, too, because he's in the hospital a lot.
Mm-hmm. Definitely we'll add you to our prayers.
Absolutely. See the message I had just received. Want to see who it is from? I know it's related to this show because I seen who it was from.
What's up, KMB? How you doing?
My phone's slow tonight for some reason.
Yeah, they're saying that my internet still cutting out people?
You kind of got a Roger Thon voice. Oh man, Dave did send me some pictures of them crappie he caught there. I seen him catch a couple while I was in there, but he caught a really nice mess of crappie. Big, thick ones too. Look like the ones Dockery catches. I'm still trying to get over Dave getting out of that wheelchair and getting in that kayak and not getting wet. You know what I mean?
If Dave can do it, so can you, Lyle.
Maybe so, but I'm not going to.
Oh, come on. Kayak. Yeah. I got an idea. We're going to put you in a kayak and then we're going to pull you out onto the ice.
I'm afraid you and Dockery get together and you'd strap me in there with some of them tie straps where I couldn't get away and then just send me out across there as hard as you go.
Or pull you behind an ATV. That would be kind of fun. That would make a good video.
You can't let Dockery drive.
Want to bet?
Yeah, I don't want no part of that.
I could probably get a few bucks out of him for that.
You probably could. Yeah. I would just have to hope that Cindy and Katie would rescue me. Yeah, I seen that picture too, Sonny, of that golden crappie. It was gorgeous. Absolutely beautiful.
It looked rather strange. I don't know if beautiful would be the word for me.
In real life, if you ever see one, they are not.
I've never seen them. I heard of one last year for the first time, and I thought it looked strange last year. It looks strange again this year too. So
pretty nice. They're pretty cool. So, Mark, what have you been using for bluegill lately?
I've been I got out. When's the last time I got out for bluegill? Monday after I went and got shad, I stopped to check my bluegill spot to see if they'd gone deep yet. And I was using those jigs that I got from you, Lyle, and they worked pretty good. I got like 2 or 3 decent sized ones, and then I headed home because I had some stuff to do here. So I had to call, and I got them little puppies running around. I don't want to leave them too long because then there's a mess to clean up. But
yeah, I understand.
So that's what I was using. I want to get stocker trout season's coming up, so I'm gonna get the water bobbers out like we were talking about, those clear floats out and some dry flies and try them this year if I can't get a hold of a fly rod before then. So that's my goal. We're gonna chase some more walleye around. I'm gonna try and figure out how to catch them suckers here. And other than that, there might be another flathead trip out of me. We'll see.
I think you got plenty of time. I really do. We got some warm weather yet.
I hope so. The problem is it's the waiting game, and when it's 40 degrees out, it gets rather cold just sitting there waiting.
That's why you fish in the daytime.
Yeah, I guess I could do that. All the pleasure boaters went to bed.
Matt, I have not been slinging any flies lately, and the reason is everything around here where I'm at right now is so low, and I don't walk in them creek beds anymore to get to the deep holes because they're dried up. And you got one little spot where there'd be a puddle to go catch them. Now, I'm sure they're in there, but the kids, the local kids that live around those spots that ride their bikes down there, they wear them out, and they're the ones that should be catching them, not me. So I'll wait until we get the fall rains come in. That'll redistribute the fish around, and I'll get back after it when that happens. Because yeah, I really enjoy that fly rod and them. No, you're not, Chad. Uh, I really enjoy the creeks that we have around here where I can walk down there and use a fly rod because when the water's up, the fish are everywhere. They're easy to get. So, and we will be going back and doing some of that just as soon as the fall rains hit. And I don't think it's going to be too much longer. Probably into this month they'll start. Most of the farmers are getting their crops out, except the ones that got late beans and stuff like that in. So we want them guys to get all their stuff done. That way we can enjoy the fall without having to, if the rains start early, a lot of times they lose part of their crops, and there's no sense in that. Things are going to be high enough next year as it is. We don't want to make them any worse than we got to. So let them guys get all they can get out before the rain starts. And then let's give away the candy, eat the turkey, and prepare for winter. Which I'm fishing all winter. I plan on it anyhow. I know Dockery's going to. Maybe I can use him for a depth finder. No bigger than James is. I could probably go up there to the dock that he waxed the roof, turn him upside down, hold him by his ankle, stick his head underneath the water, and he can raise him back up, and he can tell me where the fish are at.
I heard Cindy laughing in the background there. Thank you, Valerie, for reminding everybody to hit that thumbs up. We appreciate it. If you do, it helps in the algorithm.
Absolutely. Thanks a bunch.
Betty's talking about her and Parker are talking about cold crappie. I like me some cold crappie. I got no problem eating it out of the fridge once it's been cooked. So.
Me either. I just like crappie, period. Chad says you're very digital sounding.
Interesting.
Oh. Wow. I got some nasty messages from your brother.
Which one?
Jane.
Oh.
Oh, maybe I'll send Van up there to straighten him out. They're about the same height, I understand.
I got those pictures from Dave. Why don't I show them real quick on hold on a second. Where's the share screen? Present. They changed the name. We'll show some pictures of Dave. I'll share him out.
Bust his head off that dock roof when you flip him over.
These are the fish that Dave caught today on his live stream. Some pretty nice.
Yeah, that was nice. That's Dave's son.
That's Dave's son.
Great fish, yeah. They caught a bunch of fish. Kevin says Dockery isn't long enough to dunk him in the water from that dock. Well, it's a rag on James Dockery night.
So
I be like midget wrestling. I'm sure he's being rare form when this show's over.
Mm-hmm. You were saying you can't hang around after the show too, so he can't yell at you backstage. So
yeah, I'll let him start in, and I'll just eliminate myself and go.
Okay, I gotta go. Bye.
Oh man!
Trying to think
what's your plans for fishing, Mark? You got something going?
Yeah, we're gonna chase in the next couple of weeks. We're gonna start chasing, like I said, crappie and walleye, and hopefully we'll get on a crappie bite. I'll probably go out Sunday. I'll do like you said. I'll fish during the day. I'll get out around 8 o'clock. I don't know if I'm gonna lock through or not, or if I'm gonna get out early and try to drag some baits for some walleyes. I just got a whole shipment, which my buddy Lyle wasn't around to help me buy.
Very disappointed in that.
I got about 12 of these flicker shads and a bunch of cool colors. I'm looking forward to using these. I couldn't find the shallow ones in any of the tackle shops that I fish, so I ordered them online. These run, what, 4 to 6 feet? We'll troll these, and there's no reason why I won't be able to get on the white bass or the crappie if I come across them too. But we're going to drag these through the shallows in the river and see what comes up. I've caught drum on them too before.
Nice.
Maybe we'll have us a catch and cook, Lyle, you and me.
No, I'm not eating no damn drum.
You got that smoker?
Well, maybe that'll change the taste of nasty beggars.
But he said, guess we'll have to place another order then.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Maybe we get her to help us and James to come in there. I know James loves to help you shop.
Matt is making a request to show that again. So let me see what we got here. I don't know if I'll pull the same one out of this bag because there's that many in here. These are the flicker shads. These baits are pretty good. They're fairly cheap too. I think they used to be a heck of a lot cheaper. They went up in price like everything else, but
of course it did.
But if I remember right, these are, I don't know, $4.99. Don't quote me on that. Maybe $5.99. I bought like 12 of them because it was free shipping after X amount of dollars. So they get me every time like that.
I got a message from K&B. Kevin says he thinks Dockery timed me bound. I don't know what you done, Kevin. I must have missed the chat rolling along. But it could be. He does have a little authority in that department.
What's up, Sean T Outdoors? How you doing?
I haven't got no more messages yet, so I'm good with that. You know, if everything goes right, I'm going to try to put together a fishing trip in the next couple of weeks, and we'll see how that works out. We're going to try to catch some crappie, so I'm excited about that.
I think you need to get with Kim Burnett and go do like you guys.
Oh, I'd love to get with Kim, and once I get the foam replaced in the bottom of my boat, that way Kim don't have to drag his boat down here. I'll meet him up at Truman, and we'll go out. And I really don't have too many spots on Truman anymore because when I used to crappie fish, it was years and years ago. Main reason I go to Truman is to catch catfish, and Dockery needs a happy pill. But just getting to go with Kim and shoot the crap for a while and talk about tying jigs and catching fish and having a good time. Maybe we'll go out and catch something good to eat. You never know. I think Kim could handle his own when it comes to eating. He just looks like he could. So
I know he likes to barbecue. Maybe you guys can talk some barbecue while you're out.
I know Kim loves some barbecue. I know he does. So we'll find something.
Actually, Matt, the only place that had them in the colors that I wanted, which were the various like shad type colors that I bought, I got I think it was like 5 different ones that resemble shad in different forms or whatever, whether it's clear or mirrored or sparkly or whatever, was directly from Berkeley. So I got it on the Berkeley site.
But he says it's long line time, covered water. You'll find them. That makes sense to me.
Yeah, I got inside information that they're in 5 feet of water on a couple of the lakes here. So I'll take a look at Navionics, find out where that 5 foot water line is.
Points?
They didn't say. They said 5 foot of water.
Okay.
Point probably a good place to start. Sounds to me like they're heading into the channels. When I say channels, I'm talking about the boat channels in between the lakes. So that's where we get on them a lot. Like when I was on Chad's tournament that weekend, I forget which weekend it was, but they'll be in there for a while. So I got a little more than 2 or 3 weeks at them. So
okay. They're talking about Dockery says he is their tester for the happy pills they make. That's why they haven't come out with one yet. Kind of makes sense. Because he's always got a gripey face on.
Well, he's been fishing a little more these days. He did there for a while. He ain't fished, so he's been a little bit on the happy side lately.
He had a problem with his foot again, and he was having to wear that boot, which every time that I thought about it, I would send Katie a message and tell her to please kick him in the foot for me, so because I wasn't around. That way I wanted him to feel loved, sometimes I think she just smacked him on the back of the head, which works for me too. I mean, I'm good with that. However it comes across, I'm fine with it as long as he gets the end result and knows that it's coming from me and out of love. You know what I mean?
Love?
Or whatever.
That's an awfully strong word.
We're going to have to get James back on here one of these days when he's not doing too bad, but he's just absolutely catching too many fish right now. He would actually be happy. And who wants to hear a happy James Dockery? Nobody I know.
It'd be one for the record. Well, I'm not even going to go there. I'm trying to be nice, Lyle. We're getting close to Christmas.
Yeah, we got a ways to go, and bah humbug on that.
I'm hoping to get one of them Krampus fly rods, canes.
Cool.
He ignores the question.
Academy did a major clear out of the majority of their fishing tackle and gear, and I missed out on it. Me too, Ricky. Up to 75% off. I wished I'd have known about that, and I don't even need anything.
He'd have spent all my money.
I would have tried my best.
Mm-hmm.
I sure would have. Man, yeah. Up to 75% off. 75% off. Of course, they're probably getting full retail, but that's got to be
it's still
way down the line. Yeah.
If you can catch them right before all the good stuff's taken up, usually you're picking through a lot of the stuff on those sales. Like I remember when Dick's Sporting Goods stopped selling a lot of stuff. We were picking through a lot of garbage just to find a little of one or the other. So,
but I tell you, the biggest bargain that I've seen recently was Roger Muskrat's show was here a while back, was talking about drift socks.
Mm-hmm.
And they was what, 10 or 15 bucks?
$9.99.
Right. I didn't even need one. I ordered two of them.
I didn't either, and I ordered two as well.
Mean, that's the $60, $70 drift socks. So if you're getting 75% off of lures and plugs and stuff like that, that's kind of in there where you're at. So yeah, deal's only deal if it's a deal.
You know, Thanksgiving's coming up, right, Lyle?
Yeah, we got to cook the turkey.
Well, we got the kids got to get the candy, and then we cook the turkey. And what do we do every year after we cook the turkey on Chad's channel?
We have a show where we can talk about gifts for your favorite outdoors person, fisherman mostly. I have some new companies to share with Chad this year.
Good. So do I.
We'll see if he'll allow me to introduce them to everybody.
Some sponsorship ideas. We'll have people send us.
Love to help him out with that.
I think Chad needs to make that a yearly thing.
Well, we've done it, 2 years in a row?
2 years in a row. There you go, Lyle. You can do that one. That's new.
I'm finding it hard to understand why not. I just don't get it. Betty says she's got some new means saved to send to Mark so that he can show the viewers too.
I got it.
Chad says, and yes, the Black Friday deal show is yearly.
I'll be there.
We will all be there with bells on, and I'll try not to get anything too far out around.
Parker says local sporting goods stores having a big sale. If I come home with anything else, my wife is going to shoot you.
Hide the shells with the gun. You don't need them both.
Dockery is like timing out everybody.
What's wrong with him? I'm not seeing any of it, so I don't know what I'm doing. You must be seeing it on Facebook. Of course, I'm not in Facebook. He's probably having too much fun.
Oh, boy, oh, boy, oh, boy.
It's sad when he has too much fun. Sonny says he's really getting mean. Oh man, I'm excited if we can put this trip together. I want to go catch some crappie and more than anything, I want to eat some of them. Because they're I don't know, crappie and bluegill are my two favorites, closely followed by catfish. I do like to eat Dockery.
You know how many people ask that question? Who is Dockery?
Well, he's only on once in a while, and a lot of times he watches the show, and he's kind of like the invisible guy, so nobody really knows if it's really him or not. And then when he comes on the show, you just never know what to expect out of him, ever. But Sonny says Dockery is a short subject.
I saw that. Sonny's a mod, so he ain't getting booted.
Yeah. Matt says talking about the Christmas got the Grinch grumpy. He's an ass. Very, very true. And the little drummer boy. Man, this is going to be a long night, I have a feeling.
You ain't getting done what you were hoping to get done, are you, Lila?
It won't take me very long to do what I got to do. I just have to move some stuff because they are delivering our new refrigerator tomorrow. So I just got to move a toolbox, which is on wheels. You just roll it out of the way, and a whole pile of fishing rods. So it won't take very long.
If I lived closer, I'd come over and help you out, unlike Chad.
It won't be no problem. Be no problem. Hey, and speaking of Chad, I think he's getting closer to getting his big boat going. I know that he's excited about that. Dee's excited about that. And to be quite honest, so am I.
Me too.
I want him. Yeah, I want him to get that thing going, and I think it's going to be a little faster than his other boat. But that's not the thing that's important. The thing that people don't understand is room. Room in a boat is something you cannot replace with anything else. So if you're getting more room, you're going to be happier.
I trust me.
Pack more crap with you when you go.
Yeah, pretty much. I know exactly what you mean. Have you seen my boat? I know what it's like not to have room.
Yeah. You got a pretty small boat, and but yeah, I'm excited for him. I can't wait for him to get going. James and Katie have got a boat too that they're trying to get done, and for the little lakes and stuff that he fishes up there where he lives. But one of the problems with that is, yeah, you're right about that. He's an amazing angler, and he is a great guy.
How many doctors are there?
Just one. Well, he's got a couple of boys that I'm pretty fond of, and a daughter.
Oh, she must be talking about Harley. She must be talking.
Harley's a great guy, great kid. Well, and Katie. I mean, you can't say nothing bad about Katie. She puts up with that ass. But James is got to get his trailer work done for his boat, and then he'll be able to go around. But he's in that belly thing half the time, and he's got kayaks and different things, so he can get out on the water if he wants to. But when they get that boat going, he might take that to Mendota sometime. But probably not. He'll probably get in a boat with us, which is perfectly fine with me because we have a blast.
You know what? Robin says, good golly, I'm guessing Dockery is Santa Claus.
He's almost as old as Santa Claus.
That's what he calls Lyle. Maybe we should introduce Robin to Dockery.
Well, I could send him a link.
No, hold on. I can do better. You ready, Lyle?
I'm ready. My favorite Christmas song
of all times.
It is.
That is James Dockery.
That is James Dockery, the Dock Roof Whacker. But the man does catch a lot of fish. I got to give it to him. But yeah. Best video ever. I agree, D. Yeah, that is awesome.
But he says, I even tried not to laugh. It didn't work.
Don't even try. I enjoy it so much.
We got months of this ahead of us, don't we, Lyle? Christmas is coming.
I'm thinking sometime up in January before we let up. Something like that, Little widget.
A K&B just got timed out.
You're right, Sean. That needs to be everyone's thumbnail come December. I agree. I agree 100%. I'm on board with that. I'm pretty sure it's going to be mine. Pretty sure it is going to be mine.
I was just looking at a comment here by Uncle Jeep. He says, I bet Miss D is excited. That way, if Chad angers her, he can go sleep in the boat and leave the poor couch alone.
I sent you, I know that you look for boats a lot.
I do.
I sent you an image of one that's for sale down here by it's a ringtone. Of a boat that was down here by me. Now I know it was an inboard, but it had a full enclosure and lots.
I know. That was that boat would have been good on the big lake, but I need something that's going to work good on this small.
Yeah, I don't think it'll work on your Fox River.
You'd water on the Fox or the chain up here. So
yeah,
we got some big boats that make it in and out of there, but they stay smack dab in the middle. And if I'm fishing, that doesn't do me any good.
That doesn't work, right? Chad says he could sleep in that boat. Yeah. A couple of rod holders on that baby. Put some drift masters on. It'd be awesome.
Heck yeah.
I could get along with that myself.
And, you can put 2 buddy heaters, one on each side of that console. You and D will be just fine.
There you go. Heck yeah.
Just fine. I had that buddy heater with me Monday night. Oh, thank goodness I did. That thing was a bee's knees.
Ernie, good night. Thanks for joining us tonight. We appreciate it very much.
Have a good night, Ernie. Hopefully you're feeling good, bud.
Yeah.
We've had those, Matt. We had those in the past. Actually, our Christmas show thumbnail from last year was nothing but those.
Yeah, that's right. The Fox isn't big enough for a real boat, he says. Is that Chad talking to you like that? Wowza.
Still got just as much current as the Ohio.
Probably more.
I won't go that far.
I'm going to guess that it probably does year round. Just saying. Uh-oh.
Oh, Ricky says, Mark, I have a new Lund. You're not selling your Lund, are you, Ricky? I hope not, bud.
Well, if you could get you a bigger one, maybe.
David, I think the batteries in combination with the cold was messed up. So I'm not counting that fish as what I was hoping it was, and I'm not stating the scale. I got a bunch of people who sent me what they thought it weighed via the measurements, and I need to see those numbers on a scale. And 3 scales, one of them wasn't working. The other 2 were way off from one another. I couldn't trust any of them. So it is what it is.
Ernie says, thank you guys. Great show. I did good tonight. Got me some deer and got to check out the bait shop and Panfish. Thank you so much, buddy. We appreciate it.
Congratulations, Ernie. Hopefully he did get a deer. I didn't hear if he did or not today.
Yeah, I used to do a lot of hunting. And at the end of what I considered my prime hunting years, my kids was growed and they wanted to hunt, and I'd take them and I'd catfish while they hunted. And then I got to hunting again, and I thought I was going to hunt with a couple of grandkids, and that didn't work out so good. And so now I haven't hunted in 7 or 8 years, which, I mean, ain't no big deal. But maybe I got a friend of mine that I think might hook me up with one, because I think what I want is take half of it and make summer sausage out of it, and half of it and make jerky out of it. I'd be good to go.
I think you will be.
13 points. Woohoo. Good for you, buddy.
And Lyle, I thought of you today. I was going to pick up Mrs. CNC after picking her up from work, and they just picked up all this. Well, what they just harvested one of the soybean fields here. I've never seen so many geese in my life, Lyle.
Oh yeah, they
It
love
was
them beans.
crazy.
Was it Canadians or snow geese?
They were Canadians. I've yet to see any snow geese here yet. So
Well, it's
never.
a little early.
Yeah.
Little bit.
Matt asked Mark, what about those 18-foot pontoons? They're called something Buster. Not sure. I'm not a pontoon kind of guy. I know a lot of people love them. They're not for me.
No, not for me either. I don't like them at all. But the only thing Dockery catches more than fish is Dockeros.
There's the crappie, man. Turner Fishing. What's going on, bud?
Okay, man. I missed something. What did you say?
Matt was asking me about pontoon boats. I'm not a pontoon boat guy.
Yeah,
So.
I'm not.
And I said, crappie man's here. What's going on, Turner Fishing? How you doing?
Oh, glad to see him in here. Haven't seen him for a while. We set him up for another show one of these days here for long. I'm sure he's gearing up for winter. 9:22 Crappie Barbecue. Kevin gone again.
Dang, so is Kelly. He is on a warpath today.
The problem is usually he's instigated though.
Rob, but if you know what's going on, these guys all know James Dockery like on a personal level, and they've been giving each other a lot of trouble. So don't take it personally. Don't worry about him.
I don't know if you've got the pictures there of that are Ernie's deer or not. He just sent them to us in chat. Pretty nice deer, and he has a picture with his hand in between the rack. Do you see him?
Yeah, I'm loading that up right now.
He's a big guy, and he's got a big hand.
Yeah, he's got that ain't no joke.
Yeah, that's a great deer.
When I shook his hand, I'm like, oh my goodness, this guy's hands are bigger than mine.
Yeah, that's a great deer.
Share screen. There we go. Take a look at that. Nice. Congratulations, Ernie.
That's a great deer. 13 point. That's awesome, man.
Make a lot of summer sausage with that bad boy.
That's what I'm talking about right there. For those of you that looking for a channel to check out, if you like to see guys barbecue and make food different probably than you ever seen before, check out Chud's Barbecue. You'll be glad you did. I think Mark and I have talked about that before.
Oh yeah, Chud's the man.
Makes some cool stuff. Yeah.
You know, I missed him. He was here at the Great Barbecue Smokeout, and I was like, man, I'd have gone down there and bought him a beer. That'd have been a good time.
Oh yeah.
You know, I talked to him once in a while, and I think I might have him talked into coming flathead fishing with me next year. Do a catch and cook as much as
it comes up to Chicago once in a while.
Yeah, he does. That's probably why. Northeast Missouri angler in the house. What's going on? He says, if you fish current waters, you will not be a pontoon person, more than likely.
I would agree with that. And they're hard to load and unload if there's any current too. On lakes, they're not so bad. But I'm just not a fan. Of course, one of the reasons why I never was a fan was because we always tournament fished, and you got a trailer and go so far to these tournaments and stuff. I want to drag one of them damn things around. The wind always blows, and they just, all I need was room was for me and Cindy, my fishing partner. I don't need no room for nobody else when we're fishing tournaments. 2 people is enough. Yep. 3, if you want to take somebody to help you get bait and everybody split it up, that's cool. We do that. But the pontoon, you're kind of obligated to take a whole bunch of people.
Yeah, I had a pontoon boat in my younger days when we had the cottage, like 8 lots down from Quitton over at Catfish Karma. That's another story. We can talk about that later. But I had a 24-foot Alumacraft. It was great, but it turned me into a taxi driver.
That's what happens. Yeah. So, and everybody wants to be pulled on stuff and have fun. And I got boats to fish. So yeah, but
My
it is
wife
what it is. Some people they love them, and others not so much.
was sometime during the summer. My wife was walking with me through the garage, and she said, "This is like a pure fishing boat." And I'm like, "Your point is?"
It's not what we talked about, baby.
Hey, David Martin in the house. What's going on, David? I agree.
And Cindy and I talk about this every once in a while about upgrade to boats and everything, but mine's paid for, and I love that about it. But still, 99.9% of the time, it would still just be her and I. And if I had a pontoon, I'm pretty sure I would put it on a lake or somewhere where I could just walk down the plank and crawl
Uh-huh.
on it, not haul it around all the time. Not at Joe Biden's price on gas. Oh, Kim, I love that.
Kim, I was trying to be nice with the people in chat, but I agree with you
I do
wholeheartedly.
agree.
Uh,
Mark, no is a complete sentence. Just saying.
just
Taxatoon. There you go.
people get mad when I call it the minivan of the waterway.
There is the best part of the Dunnigan family right there.
I agree.
Her and the kids. Her and the kids. I know Josh is not home too, so I can say I can get away with it.
I did send Josh a link. Hopefully he's watching.
Well, I hope he is. Having a pontoon on an all-night catfishing trip is great, though. That would be nice. But we've got. I got to do something with these. I've got a set of tractor seats. So Cindy and I give $250 for them, and they was in our boat for a long time. They recline back, and they got headrests that do all kinds of stuff, and adjustable armrests, and they do a whole bunch of stuff. And I had them in our boat, but they was a little bit too big for our boat. And we was at a tournament one time, and Cindy sat in some of the Millennium seats, and we bought a pair of those and have never looked back. Now those tractor seats, they're not waterproof by no means. They're not. They're some kind of material on them. They're very comfortable to sit in. They're on my back deck, and I was told today they got to go. And so, if anybody's interested in, make me an offer. I got a pair of them. They're black. They're kind of faded, but they're very comfortable. I also have a full-size truck box live well that I used for a long time till I got the one I have now.
Uh-huh.
And I need a home for it too. So anybody's looking for a full-size truck box live well, I have one.
922 Crappie Barbecue says, I have a tune at a lake most year, docked at the lake. Wider hauling definitely stinks. Looking at getting a deck boat. There you go.
Yep. Deck boats, again, they hold a lot of people, and that's okay. But they're not for me. But then again, I could get away with something like that now because we're probably not going to do a whole bunch of tournament fishing anymore unless it's some of these fun ones. We're not going to be traveling to Memphis and to Texas and Minnesota. We'll go to Wisconsin every year, and I ain't pulling one all the way up there either. So
Don R says he loves his tune. That's just I do know. Also, what is it? Fins and Fines, our buddy from Missouri. He's got a real nice Quest one.
He does have a nice one. Yeah, it is extremely nice. Yeah. And it looks extremely comfortable. And it's big. It's a 24 or 26 foot, if I remember. It's huge.
I've made the decision that I'm going to get as big a boat that I can fit on a single axle trailer, Lyle, because I don't want a double axle trailer.
I have on mine have never had an issue with my single axle trailer with my 18-foot boat. Now, I've had John boats with single axle trailers that was 20 foot long. But anything bigger than that, you need to share that. Most of the 22s, 24-foot boats that we had dual axles. And I think that's a safety factor.
Oh boy.
Yeah, I seen that, and you can see it if you take a look.
I'm not showing that.
This Dave says y'all are making me overthink this whole boat. Don't overthink it. If you want one with a lot of room to take a lot of people, a pontoon or a deck boat is for you.
Or that might work good for him too, because he needs the accessibility. So that would make
Well,
sense.
and one of those boats would work perfect for Dave
Mhm.
because he's in a chair and he could roll around, and they got sides on them where he's probably not going to go through one, and that's important. So yeah, and I don't know if your chair has an easy lock system in it, but you can put that wherever you want to, lock into that bad boy, and you're secure. I mean, see, I do know a little bit about those because I worked for Handicap Van Accessible Place for a long time, but yeah, there's advantages and disadvantages to every one of them, and I know a lot of people that um, run jugs and trot lines out of pontoons, and it seems to me like that'd be extremely unhandy. But they love them, think they work great. Tom has a 20-footer on a single axle, but it has brakes. Well,
Yeah, he's talking about his Ranger. That's a little
yeah, it's fast
lighter.
boat. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But that's a heavy boat too.
Uh,
Ranger, if you have fiberglass, it's pretty heavy. 20-foot fiberglass boat be fairly heavy.
huh.
Yeah, a tiller drive allows you a lot more room in a boat. One thing I know these guys got 250s and 300 tillers, and I'm telling you right now, if it's over a 50 or 100 horse motor, it should have a steering wheel on it. They should not have tillers on them big motors. That's just wrong. I don't agree with that at all. It's kind of like all these trucks going up and down the road hauling these heavy loads in their trailers. The braking systems don't account for that, but yet it's legal to do.
I know a lot of guides up north that definitely love their tillers. There's a lot of room and stuff. And they got some safeties in place for those bigger tiller motors, but a safety will fail just like anything else. So
Yeah, that's right.
I'll
It's
let you
like
feel. Yeah.
power steering is one of the things that they've got on boats now, where I think it's 150 and above. You have to put a power steering unit on those as a safety thing, and I may be off on the size a little bit, one direction or the other. I'm not real sure,
Mhm.
but power steering is a wonderful thing. But if you're used to it and it quits, or you blow a hose, or the pump locks up, it's hard to steer.
It's like in the old days, like in my old like
Yes, right.
23-foot long LTD 2 4-door that I had as my first car. That power steering went out on that sucker. That was a trip.
It is, like 4-wheel drives back in the day.
Mhm.
They was tough to deal with if you lost power steering on a 4-wheeler, because then you had them jacked up, you had big tires on them and all that
Same
stuff.
with a boat.
Yeah, you
A
get
lot of
tired.
these boats, a lot of these boats with the bigger motors are coming with hydraulic steering and such. So I mean, anything.
I think it should be done. I'm in agreement with all that stuff. Yeah. Lance says, Kelly, no such thing as too cold. Lance lives pretty far up north. He's kind of like you. So if he
And
gets
it's
up,
from Hawaii.
so
Go figure. How's that work?
what's that?
Lance is from Hawaii. Beautiful, warm climate. Yet he's up in Wisconsin and he's still getting through the cold, no problem. It makes me feel ashamed of myself when I complain about the cold weather here.
This Susquehanna Stan says, guess you don't miss the clothesline steering. I know what you're talking about. Well, they had dual cables on each side of the
Mhm.
boat. Yeah, them wasn't much, but they beat the heck out of not having steering. So, but yeah, them was the good old days. Don R says mine is 20-foot and made for fishing. Double wall system in the back. There you go. And he does have a pontoon. So
Does he got Don? Do you got one of those Quest pontoons? If I'm not mistaken.
Uncle Jeep says 63 and a half Chevy pickup, manual, everything, had it for 20 years. You know, I'm not sure how that worked in 1963. I remember 1963, believe it or not. But in those days, everything was kind of manual. And the vehicles cost, I don't know, $1,500 probably to buy a new one. And now they're 50 or 60,000. I wonder what the ratio, if that works out to where it was as costly those days in comparison to what it is now for a guy to buy one. What about a tri-tune on a river? Still got to pull that thing back and forth, man.
Mm-hmm.
But I think they're more stable. But pontoons are stable anyhow.
Yeah, well, the tri-tunes, I believe they utilize them a lot for bigger motors on pontoons.
Go fast.
Yeah, I've seen a pontoon up here with a with a 350 on it up here. That's a lot of money.
Dave says he wants a 20-foot pontoon with nothing on the deck, no chairs anywhere, just a captain's console and a live well. Then I would think you'd want an easy lock system where that captain's chair would be. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
What an easy lock is, it's a plate that goes on the floor, and you adapt that to the bottom of a wheelchair, and it has a 5/8 bolt that comes down from the center, and there's a V on this plate in the bottom, and the wheelchair rolls up in there, and it locks in.
It's like a fifth wheel, right?
Yeah, you can't go nowhere. And we used to put them in vans for people to learn to drive, or if they was just being moved from one place to another, it would lock them in, and they was there. And for if Dave's going to be driving, I think that is an option that he should check into. He has brakes, yeah, but it's not as secure as that easy lock. And they're electric. You just push a button and they unlock and you back out or in. Something to think about. I've installed 1 million of them. But they're really good for electric chairs, too.
Make sure you wear your kill streak, Dave. I'd hate for you to roll out from behind the captain's console and the boat be running.
No kidding. Well, I don't think Dave does much fishing without his son. Probably a good idea. But then I've seen him halfway in the water, too. Getting fish in and out, because I've watched a lot of Dave's videos where he was fishing. He was right next to the edge of the water. Yeah, he catches a lot of fish, so I know they have a lot of fun, and that's why you go fishing. Yeah, Dave, I agree, David. If you could leave it in the water, they'd be great. I would be interested in one at that. But, if you could get what is it, Mark, $1,000 a year for a place to park one for?
Not here.
I mean, a month?
For the season, I think it's like $2,700, I think, here for a small slip where it stays in the water all the time, and that's one off to the side. So, yeah, which I guess isn't too bad. It depends. I think they got to be out.
A lot of money.
I think it's like May through Labor Day. I'm not quite sure though.
But what do you do?
Move it, store it somewhere.
Yeah, but you freeze.
Well, yeah, that's why they got to pull out.
David Martin, $5,000 a year normal. On Norman.
Okay.
$5,000. That's a lot of convenience. 5,000. I could pull it for 5,000. I'm pretty sure I would too. That's a lot of money. A lot of money.
Well, if you got Chad Fields money, then it's not a big
But
deal.
I don't have Chad Fields money. That's the thing. I don't have Chad Fields money.
I'm waiting for the message here.
I don't even have James Dockery money. I mean, he gets to fish every day. Who else can afford to do that?
Oh, he's sending some good stuff. Why am I picking at Chad?
You need to unmod Chad for me, please. This is going to be a night to remember. Hey, we're running over about 15 minutes, which I don't care. Doesn't really matter to me.
I got nowhere to go.
Yeah, I've had a great time with tonight. So if you guys in chat got anything else you want to go over, just give us a shout in there right quick, and let's do it. Just imagine if we had Mark Richfish money.
Who is that Mark Richfish guy?
Well, we are having fun, Dave, and that's that's why we do it. Again, if you guys like what we do, and this is a wild potluck, like we said, we talk about anything tonight. If you like these kind of shows, hit that thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed, please do so. And if you enjoy what we do every week, then hit the join button down at the bottom. We'd love to have you as a member. So thanks a bunch for all the help we get, and you never know what we're going to talk about. And I think that we're going to have to get Dockery back in here again. It's been a couple months, so we're about due to get him in here.
His last appearance was a hit, especially the one on Catfish Weekly. That was a good one.
Yeah, he's a little opinionated, but some of the rest of us are. So we might have to have Chadwick come in here because Chad's pretty quick with the button to get rid of somebody. He gets rid of me. I mean,
and me.
Yeah. So we'll try to work that out. And Dockery's a big hit when he comes in here. And a man catches fish. If you want to know how to catch crappie and bluegill, any time of the year, get your questions ready for when we get him on here, because it'll be fun.
Kelly, if you're fishing a creek, you're fishing a creek. They don't have too far to go.
Now look for cut banks.
Yeah, look for holes behind rocks. Learn to read the seams. Look for the riff behind the riff.
Don't go after the trees that just fell in. Go after the ones that's been there for months, years. I'm not above getting rid of any of you when needed. I know, son. I know.
I didn't even ask you to get rid of his wrench either today. Look how he's treating him.
No, but James did. I wonder how many jackasses I'll be when this show's over.
Yeah, I'm going to have to stay tuned for that one.
Oh, man. I want to thank everybody for joining us tonight. With we was busy this week and we didn't set up a lot of stuff, but I have had a blast tonight. We had a really good show, and I hope everybody enjoyed it. And we'll be back on better topics maybe for next week. But thank everybody for jumping in here and enjoying the evening with us. We follow the bait shop every Thursday night with Chad and Freddie, and those guys do a heck of a job. They got a tournament coming up, so Saturday morning you want to be tuned in to Fields to Waters YouTube channel so you can watch the couples tournament. It'll be going Saturday and Sunday this weekend, and Saturday and Sunday next weekend. And I don't know all participants, but you can go to their Facebook channel page,
their group. Yep.
And you can find out who all the participants are for each day. If you are not entered, there's still time. And I think there's an open spot in each day. But check it out. If you're interested in getting in there, it's a couples tournament. It's a lot of fun. Check it out. You might want to be part of that. And then Monday night, Catfish Weekly, followed by the Catfish and Crappie podcast. So we're going to have a good time.
Yeah, Uncle Jeep, do like they did in Jaws. Get you some scuba tanks. Yeah, trying to get me in trouble. She's slaving already.
I'm thinking there's always one place that I wanted to go. If you ever go to the Big Bass Pro Shop in Springfield, which I live pretty close to it, they have them big fish and them big aquariums. I just want to sit up on them rocks and drop a couple of lines in.
That would be fun.
I'm not sure that you probably get in trouble for that, but they do have some no fishing signs, but this like speed limit signs, I don't think they pertain to me. If Dockery comes down, maybe him and I can check that out. Maybe they'll let him get away with it.
I'll videotape.
Anything to close out on, Mark?
Nope, I'm good. We'll see
All
everybody on Catfish Weekly Monday night and my show, Catfish and Crappie Podcast, directly afterwards. I look forward to seeing everybody there. Thanks for tuning in. Have a great weekend. Remember to keep the ones that need prayers in your prayers. Absolutely.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Thanks, everybody, for watching. We'll see you next week.